thing is a game changer, and I want to explain how it works because it's a little bit tricky. Now, one of the first things we can talk about is persons lawfully present in the U.S. That means anybody who came into the U.S. with a visa. Obviously, if you came under, like, let's suppose you have a British passport and you come in under the ESTA program, or you have an Australian passport, you come under the ESTA program, that person is admitted for 90 days. They cannot do this, okay? So if you come in under the ESTA program or visa waiver program, you cannot do this concurrent filing, okay? Number one. Number two, and this is the most important thing, if you come on a tourist visa with a plan to stay, you can be in serious trouble, okay? So if you arrive at the airport, you say, yeah, I heard Bernie Wolfsdorf talking on this webinar about coming in on a tourist visa, and, here I am on my tourist visa. Here's my $800,000 in my suitcase. I'm ready to do the EB-5. You know what's going to happen to you? A, they'll probably deport you, put you in on a plane and send you straight back home, and they may give you a 5-year bar or maybe even a permanent bar, okay? So you're not allowed to do that. So what's the story then? Well, here's the story. If you come to the United States, let's suppose you come to the United States, you want to meet with Bruce. Bruce is going to help you set up bank accounts and things like that. And Bruce does all of this stuff. And then Bruce says, hey, let's call this guy Bernie. He's a little bit crazy, but let's call him anyway. So they call me and they say, hey, look, we just arrived here. We're 60 days with the family. 60 days is the USCIS rule. 90 days is the State Department rule. So I just stick to the 90 days. So let's assume I get a call. You've been in here for 92 days. And you say, look, I plan to come over on a vacation, but I found out about this concurrent filing thing. And you know what? I haven't quit my job back home. I haven't sold my properties back home. I just came over as a legitimate tourist, and now I want to file for an adjustment. And the amazing thing is, you can do it. You're allowed to do it. In May of 2020, they moved the Chinese cutoff date, and a bunch of my clients came in on tourist visas, and I was really nervous about it. But they were tired of waiting, and they came in, and they contacted me after 90 days, and we filed the adjustment. And here's the good news. Joey, how many of those did we file? It was, I don't know,
hundreds.
I don't know, yeah, but, we didn't file hundreds as adjustments, but it was like a couple dozen of them came in. I'm talking about May 2020, when the Chinese visa thing opened up. And we filed a whole bunch of adjustments. And anyway, the good news is they've all been approved.
Yeah, exactly.
They all got approved. So, but you see, because you can actually file off a receipt. Your petition does not have to be approved. That's the key thing. The key thing with this thing is you don't need an approved 526 petition. You merely could do this off a pending. But be careful with this thing, okay? It's very tricky. You're playing with fire here. If you come in with an intention to apply for a green card, it is not allowed. But if you decide to apply for the green card more than 3 months after entry, it is permissible. Permissible. Not encouraged, but permissible.